What's up, guys? We are back. In fact, I'm tired. This is the second time I'm recording this thing. Ete 1-0. That's all I'm going to say. So you guys already know the drill. Hit the subscription button, hit the follow button on TikTok, on YouTube. We're trying to get to 1,000 followers. And yeah, we have a special guest, Onaga. You guys are going to hear his voice clip in about now. And Onaga, let's just go straight to the episode. So Onaga, you were talking something about we were having a discussion about the Discord and the WhatsApp groups being like a political, gate forum.
Okay.
Where players that are not in a particular niche, where players that are not in a particular niche need some kind of connection
about,
to get into those forums. Yeah. You can continue.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, these groups, this forums, this channels, be it Discord, be it WhatsApp, be it Telegram, should be open to everyone within the community. Not everybody plays the game. Not everybody plays at tier 1 level. Not everybody plays at championship level, but they enjoy the players that are there. They like to identify with them. They want to be in the same space with them. They want to know what's happening within the community. They want to know, they should have access, because when they feel like when I feel like you don't need me somewhere, when you're doing something, I'd most likely, it's just a human, most likely act like, I don't know what's going on, or I probably know what's going on, but I just don't want to get involved. All right, purposely don't want to get involved, or maybe just stroll by casually. You're not so invested where people don't want you. All right, so and the attitude within the MP community is one that seems like, they really don't want, they just want that their group of people that plays at that level. So if you're not within the MP community, you really don't know what's going on. They don't even want you to join the I know of a particular BR group, it was like that for a while until it became, you started having different groups springing up, and that is why you cannot really have a cohesion within the community, right? Because now when you create these groups and then they have these guys there and some other persons can join, what happens is that you create this effect, all right, sort of that makes other people want to go create other channels too and have their own people. So you have this very fragmented, you have so many fragmented channels that should have, yes, exactly. They should have been just one body. So you have fragmented bodies everywhere and everybody doing their own thing. So it becomes very difficult to really have everybody come together, all right, and support this particular event, because that is where the guys are, all right. If you don't have that support, it's really difficult to have an event like that and have it successful all around, because one thing is having an event, another thing is having people come to see what you have to offer, all right. If you don't have people watching, all right, this matches, don't have people watching the streams, it really amounts to nothing. It's just the information is just going to live within that community, that small cocoon that you've created, that small vacuum is just going to be there and die there, and that's what you guys know. But you need people out there to actually carry this information. These guys were able to do this. All right, there are bits and pieces of these events that different people will carry. All right, there are different elements that would appeal to different kinds of people. For some persons, it might just be the players. For some persons, it might just be the cosmetics. All right, how you are able to, the designs, how you are able to your motion graphics, different things appeal. And the more different people talk about different things within that same, coming back to that same one event, and that is how the information populates, all right? And then before you know it reaches a large number of people. Everyone wants to get involved. Why so many persons talking about just this event? It must be something that is that is worth identifying with. Do you understand? So it is not just you blowing your own horn. Only the guys within the community are saying this, and they know the player. Tony did that. No, someone else outside. If you have to blow your horn all the time and no one else is shooting it, then it's probably because you're not doing something right. Okay, so while they were saying that, I didn't really have the leisure of time. I didn't have so much time to talk about some of the steps, the ones I'm talking about right now. All right, I gave my own opinion, but not as extensive as this. The truth is, you really need to get everybody involved. If you're saying that the BRO community, they don't push the MP event, maybe you don't give them that room, that you don't make them feel wanted enough. All right, just like I said, now. Yeah, exactly. So you have to show that you actually need these people in your space. Right? They won't just come simply because you're having an MP event. They pretty much just go and do their own thing now. You have to show people that, and also understand that people deserve as much respect as you think you deserve.
Let's take a short break to talk about one of our sponsors. Yeah, for those of you that will be shocked, KiseTalks have sponsors. And this sponsor in particular are called Torgist. Now, let's say you have a beef with someone, or you have an issue with someone, or you are trying to relate to that love of your life, but you don't want he or her to know who you are. You go out. You can head over to Torgist, write an anonymous message, and just send it or post it, or get it out there. So head over to Torgist if you guys are in the mood for some shenanigans or anonymous behaviors. And yeah, there are other features on the web app, so you just have to go there, register, and you will see you can make polls, you can do like sticky notes or something. But the anonymity of the whole thing is what makes Torgist. So head over to torgist.com, and yeah, I think the link will be in the description. And yeah, let's get back to the episode. Yeah.
Because you are you're good at the game. There's so many, I've said this before, I think before the Carry Fest event, that there are so many players that are so good, but sadly, unfortunately, will never be known, will never come to the limelight. All right. Until you know how to, you understand friendship and know how to use community, you'll just be there. There's so many players that are on the ground. All right. They're excellent players, but they're not where they should be in terms of representation. Most of them should be representing their countries.
If they catch you.
Exactly. No. But it has to be said. If you want to solve a problem, the first thing is to identify the problem. If you're running away from if you're running away from that problem, you will not be able to solve it. So understanding that these guys have to know how to use community, know how to use that friendship. That is one thing that the BR community have been able to understand. They know how to work together. They know how to collaborate. All right. Not fine. Banters are great. Nuke lists are great. But carrying nuke lists up and down will not get you where you want to be. All right. You need that friendship beyond the casual, what's it called, frivolous banters within the groups. Who nuked this, who nuked the other one, I got how many, beyond all that, that is also part of community spirit, but you have to also check it such that you are not trampling, you're not trumping, you're not stamping on someone's emotion negatively, because human beings are emotional beings, all right? There's a way you do something, especially when you do it in a way to emotionally harm people, they are not going to have that joy to associate with anything that you do. Banters are great, but it has to be healthy banters. One thing that the MP community have not been able to do is separate healthy banter from banters that are not so healthy. As a matter of fact, sometimes they're not even banters anymore. They move from banters to outright attacks. All right, which is not really great. They have to be able to know how to use friendship. You need everybody. You need everybody to make this thing work. And you start giving the attitude like, "Oh, these people don't matter," or they're not at the same skill level as you. So as such, that's you can't sit with us attitude. You're causing more harm than good. Let's learn. I'm saying let's learn. It's a collective thing. It has to be an inclusive thing. Let us all learn how to use community and how to use friendship. That way we'll be able to solve this problem. Because the Africa Pro Championship was great. The players were great. You had to be there to really experience it. But the sad part is that it didn't go as far as it should have gone. All right. And I would say this all the time. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that the organizers also know that it should have gone wider than that. And on a final note, probably this is why we don't get taken seriously. The last time IFL was talking about an African championship, and an African tournament, was it $10,000 Africa tournament?
And we turned it, and we turned it into we turned it into a joke. We turned it into fighting and
contradiction,
unnecessary
contradictions. Exactly, exactly. That's
It
something
was
that if we have, that is
it
an
was so
indication that
frustrating.
we have an internal problem. All right, that's an indication that we have an internal problem that needs to be solved. If it is not solved, we will not be able to get where we actually want to be. All right, that is an internal problem. Why should we not be able to come together and have an African championship? I mean, an African tournament. This is just a tournament. It's not even a major event yet because we're growing and we should grow to the level where we have an all African championship or tournament, just like you have the. So it's more like like a continental tournament, like you have the Carry First Africa Cup going on now. Hopefully, it will also grow to become maybe like the first point of call when you're talking about African championships. All right, just like you have the Core Mobile
Yeah.
International Championship that is organized in the game that the Core Mobile organizes. So maybe Carry First is also going to get to the point, but to get there we need everybody to work together towards a common goal and not this fragmented style of everybody wanting to do their own thing. And that starts with the players. All right. The players, the organizers, the guys behind the scene. Let's learn how to bring everybody together. All right. It is not a connection thing. It shouldn't be like if you live in Nigeria, the seat of power is called Aso Rock. It shouldn't be something that you need connection to get to Aso Rock for. This is not Aso Rock. This is a gaming community. We're all here to have fun. All right. And the pro players also, while they're having fun, is also a career thing for them. And if it is your career, you need customers. All right. If
Yeah.
you have a business, you need customers to patronize you. You need
You
clients to
need
patronize you. Those viewers are
a
your
face,
clients.
a
They shouldn't
public
be
face.
exactly. They shouldn't be people that you have to turn down. If you kick away, you're not going to get that which you want. I think I'll stop there for now. Thank you.
Yeah. So to our listeners out there, yeah, we've been having no we personally I've been having connection issues, and Ethel using me to catch cruise. Big shout out to Ethel. Let me just hype them. Big shout out to Ethel. But basically, we are talking about the African, talking about the African Pro Championship, and coming from the point of Onaga, which I'm going to find a way to see if I can restore most of the things we talked about before the network cut and clip them in sequentially. But the publicity for the African Pro Championship, to me personally, I felt like it was in a cycle. If you are just a casual player that scrolls to TikTok and not really tapped in, I will not say tapped in like
Yeah.
that, but you know what I'm talking about. You won't know there is something called an African Pool Championship.
Yes.
And during their whole talk show when they were having on Carl's page, big ups to Carl. You guys to go follow him on TikTok and YouTube. Is one of the OGs down in the Call of Duty scene and a streamer and a caster also. So when they were doing I think it was a sit down with some of the
Mm.
players and the casters and the organizers of the actual event, I listened to at least almost all of the talk shows except for the one where you were talking about the publicity. I was not available at that
Yes.
time to join that particular stream. But when they were talking about the gameplay and everything, there was a point that someone gave that piqued my interest. He said that the African players or the African teams are good enough to go up against EU teams. Now, to develop on that particular statement, during the African Pro Championship, teams like Ace Gamers, Syria 7, Complex Gaming, Cast Esports as usual, Special Suicide Squad, NATO Gaming, and Notchos Gaming. Now, the other things that are on the list, I'm sorry I didn't call your name, but I'm trying to prove a point. So bear with me and just, listen to what I'm trying to say. Now, you see these teams I
Mm.
just called. During the African Pro Championship, Onaga, I shit you not. I can confidently tap my chest and say
Yes.
if these players go to the Call of Duty champs, they will enter top 10. In
Exactly.
the
No,
numerous
no, no.
amount
This
of
this
teams
is
that are
there
playing,
is no gainsaying about that.
has the most dedicated Call of Duty players, whether it is content or the pro scene or just for fun, Call of Duty players so far. And I believe Feg and Sono have said this in one of their videos where they said Nigerian or African scene has more Call of Duty, should I say content or awareness or pushing the Call of Duty name out there than the other regions. Now, looking at this thing, when I was watching the African Pro Championship, My respect for the teams went to another different degree. I shit on most of the teams almost every time. But the teams like UAH, I did not expect UAH to perform the way they did, and I was blown off my chair. And these are just the underdogs, not even the people that went to the top 3, top 5. You get what I'm saying? Cast esports were like they were literally lions put in sheep's den. You know what I'm trying to say? Cast esports, I'm telling you now, yeah, and I'm saying this and I'm talking towards Cast esports. You guys are a phenomenal and a best representative for the African Call of Duty scene. And I love the fact that your logo is a lion, the courage, the mind. You know what I'm trying to say, Onaga? They were dominating so much in the event. And when it came to the finals, when they went up against the Special Suicide Squad, I shit you not, I was literally fingers crossed hoping that Special Suicide Squad is going to win them, because I didn't want Cast Esports to have that confidence,
They are the lions of Africa.
ego.
Just
You
forget
understand?
it.
I didn't want their ego to keep on getting stroked. You get what I'm trying to say? And don't get me wrong, Special Suicide Squad performed phenomenally. It was just Cast Esports was just too dominant, Onaga.
You know, I say it every time. Yes, I love all my African teams, but you know where you have teams that you support, just like you have football teams you support and all that. I've told Miss to send me my JC, send me my Cast Esport JC. You know, these guys are the lions of Africa, and they've proven it time and times again. And it's so wonderful to have, you know, this quality of players coming out of Africa. All right. And don't get me wrong, in Nigeria, this is where we have the pool. But what we lack is just in terms of organizing. I'm pretty sure that will come, you know, gradually creeping, and we'll be able to. And I think I've spoken about that extensively in terms of having to build community and use community. If we can do that, you will see that the players are actually here. They're here. In fact, we don't even have to. We don't even have to. We don't have to argue that. All right. Other parts of Africa, they know that when it comes to esport, Nigeria is the home of esports in Africa. All right. So.
Yeah. Sorry to enter when you're you know. I'm about to drop. I'm trying to like drop at least 3 episodes a day on TikTok, and this particular video is going to drop very soon. It's titled "The Politics of Nigerian Esports Scene."
Yeah.
Now, I'm trying to see if I can drop a little clip, then create a full episode about it and upload on YouTube and Spotify. But basically, if we can work on the politics that is evolving around this esports scene, where a particular org is claiming that they are dominant, a mod who is supposed to be assisting an organization is claiming power and banning whoever he feels uncomfortable with, or whoever is winning against his own personal team, or having access to the groups and the community where players can communicate, entertain themselves, create connection, build more teams.
That's
if we
an
can
organizational
fix that
flaw.
Political issue, yeah, it's true. But at the same time, it still revolves around the politics of the esports. If we can fix that, I'm pretty sure there is a team in Nigeria that will go up against Cast Esports. Even if we will not win immediately or in our first game, we will dominate in some aspect. And just to add to that, Special Suicide Squad is one of those Nigerian teams, one of those Nigerian-based teams that can literally, if they decide to make their ranks an all-Nigerian lineup and they practice, they do what they are doing currently, they are going to be a team that will go up against Cast Esports. During the African Pro Championship, I won't lie, and I'm saying this to Special Suicide Squad. And for those of you that don't know, so Special Suicide Squads are the ones that organized the whole African Pro Championship. A big shout out to them. Kudos to them. The event was phenomenal.
A big shout out to SSS. Big shout out to SSS. That was excellent. That was excellent.
It was an excellent event. And fine part, they did it with a prize pool of just 1 million.
It was excellent. It's a pointer to the fact that we can do better.
Exactly. Yeah. So when we were facing up against Cast Esports, and you guys already know me, You guys know what I love when it comes to the Call of Duty MP Pro teams. Map control is one. Being an aggressive team that knows how to control the map is one of my kinks, man. Anything that can do like that, oh, you've taken my heart. And also communication. You see these three things. Suicide Squad did exactly that. The only thing that prevented them from taking the dub was Cast Esports was just them. That was the only thing, because Special Suicide Squad were piping everybody that they came up with. They were going ban for ban for ban. You get? But when they went up against a mountain, let me call it a mountain, they scaled it, but they were not able to get to the other side. You understand? So a big shout out to them. They tried. And another thing I want to say before I allow you to speak on that was that, is it the first stream of the event? It was Cast Esports versus, I think it was Storm Gaming. Yeah, Storm Gaming. As they were playing the hard point, it was, I think, 152 to, is it 0? Storm Gaming just quit the whole game. And just quit the whole matchup. And I was expecting,
that's where you see dominance. Where dominance comes in.
Bro, I can't wait for the Carry First Grand Finals, man. I just can't wait.
Exactly.
But we'll talk about that now.
I think everybody's waiting for it.
We'll talk about that now.
Waiting for it.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's not hype Carry First in Africa in Special Suicide Squad episodes.
No.
We'll talk about one later.
They'll have their time. So yeah, in wrapping up everything I have said, I'm going to speak directly to organizers, orgs, yes, the teams likewise, but orgs particularly, because the bulk of the time they are the center point, all right? They are the muster point. They are the center of the whole thing. Everything springs out from the orgs. The orgs have come up with the events and stuff like that. So yeah. Please let us clean house and look into better organizational strategies, right? Especially in terms of community building. I know that Carifest is doing a lot now, right? Carifest is reaching out to channels. Most of these fragmented Discord channels and Telegram, WhatsApp channels that I've spoken about, there are a lot of them everywhere. I see that Carifest is doing something where they reach out to a lot of these communities, especially the ones that are actually very big, like ABCs and all that, trying to collaborate, and so that I think that should now give them the opportunity to be able to reach the players. Do you understand? Because that's where the bulk of them are.
Yes.
So being able to collaborate. So I foresee a future where we can maybe not entirely, but largely unify a lot of all this micro orgs, if I can call it that, because a lot of these channels, they're orgs in their own rights. They've been able to build. Most of them run their own events and they run it effectively, right? Especially like the ABC and SSR and the bulk of this other. Though those are battle royale channels. We've not seen so much of the MP channels in that regard, and those are the ones that are, like, in quotes, needs a connection to get in. So we don't really see so much of that. But there's so many of the MP community channels also everywhere there. But being able to bust that open and make it approachable, make people want to come in, and if we can surmount that problem, it's a very tiny little problem that everybody just needs. It's just the will to do. All right, let's all come together and solve that little organizational flaw, and the sky will be our limit. Thank you so much, KiseTalks. Like I said, I'm always on the hot seat, but it's not so much of a hot seat today. I am Onaga, king of the world, and to me the heat is normal.
He is the dragon of not even the west, not the east, not the south, not the north, the central plane. Central plane, right, man. So, he rules every section.
So we're used to the heat. Anyways, I hope that I hope that we can all take this and work with it. Because, a lot of, especially underground players, a lot of the underground players that are actually, like I said, are actually very good, are hoping that, that organizational trouble that we have bulk of the times are solved, because until that is solved, a lot of them may not really come to light, because that is when you can really do proper scouting and really reach the people that needs to be reached.
And more people can have the opportunity Yeah. I get what you're saying, and also it also give more people the opportunity to create their own teams, their own
Exactly.
line up, have more people engage in because the esports scene is becoming something else. The esports scene
Yeah.
is moving from a hobby to an actual
No, it's an
should I
industry.
say an
Yeah.
actual no, I mean for people. Yes, it's an industry. It has always been an industry.
Like
I mean for
career.
people
Yes.
personally. Yeah, career,
Yeah, their
like a
careers.
job. Thank you
Yeah, the
very much.
career
That
parts
was
for
the word.
people
That
now.
was the word I was looking. That was I was looking for. So yeah,
Yeah.
a big shout out to before we end the episode. And yeah, this is going to be a short episode. It might be a little bit above 20 minutes. And after I edited everything, it will be among 20 minutes. But a big shout out to Special Suicide Squad. A big shout out to Naga for joining us today. You guys know he always comes when I go and beg him in the DMs. When I pull him away from his fans, his dying fans. So we I'm sorry to people that were expecting a full dive into the whole African Pro Championship. I was planning on getting Carl on board, but
Yeah.
shit happens. Hopefully he will be able to join next time. And
Yeah, of
also,
course.
let
It
me
would be
say
nice
this
to have him in
again.
the house so I can hear from the
Yeah.
horse's mouth like this.
Carl is currently him now. A big shout out to Carl. He's
Yeah.
currently him now. So just to repeat something again, at the beginning of the episode, we're having a little bit of network issues. So if you are listening to like clips during the beginning, I'm sorry. Just bear with it, and you will enter into the smooth episode very soon. I'm going to try and work my very best to improve everything. We had some help from people. Shout out to Time with Caleb Singh, shout out to Ace Gamer, shout out to V. I won't call he or she's actual name. I'll just call her tag V. And yeah, shout out to them. They have literally assisted me. Shout out to Onaga also. Shout out to Carl. Shout out to Gamers Click. Shout out to AMC, Gerard, and Caleb saying they've literally been supporting me throughout this my messy climb to the to what I'm going to. So you guys already know the drill. Leave a like, leave a review if you are listening on Spotify. Even if it's hate on the review, shall leave it. Leave it is my review. Give us not the usual rating. What else? Yeah, if you have listened, if you see the clips on TikTok, please just follow. We're trying to get to 1,000 followers on TikTok and 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. So hit those buttons, the sub button, the follow button, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Safe.